Classics only on Mix 93.8.
Hey, so we did tell you a little earlier on that thanks to you guys, our listeners, we got to share a bit of love this afternoon, or this morning, shall I say. I went out to the TLC Children's Home, and if you remember a while ago, we did the What Have You feature where we swapped you different things and you swapped us back, and eventually we swapped you that thing that we swapped you for, etc. Until we ended up with a TV, and we said, do we give it to one of our listeners as a prize, or do we give it off to charity?
Yeah.
And as a team, we decided, you know what, we'd rather give it to those that are in need. And we thought we'd find a charity, and we did, in the form of TLC, Children's Home. And I got a hold of Faith Abrams, and I asked her if they would be able to make use of a TV. And she let me know that the nursery school was watching like educational videos, etc., on a tablet. And I think it was only fitting that we took the TV through to the TLC Children's Home. And we actually got Faith on the line. A very good afternoon to you, Faith, and welcome to the Mixed Drive.
Good afternoon, Al and team.
Hi. Lekker to have you. Faith, I got to see the inner workings of TLC this morning. Thank you very much for the tour. And I got to meet a lot of the little kiddies. And let me tell you, it's a very, very well-oiled machine that you have with what you have. So congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you very much. It's not easy, but we do it with love. So that's all that counts.
and listen, it doesn't come without its trial and tribulations. You were telling me a little earlier on that you guys were held up at a stage. You told me that you guys were broken into at a stage. You even told me about your brothers being kidnapped on the premise and forced to tell you where the safe is, etc., etc. So you guys have not only, I mean, you guys are not only showing love, but I mean, you guys have also been through a bit of the wars, to say the least.
Yes, our journey, so we've been going for 26 years now, and there has been, a lot of hardship mixed in between that experience. But, you know, as I said to you also, the cause we work for makes us push through a lot of hardship. So it's easy to push through hard things when you have a worthy cause.
And I'm going to go back to the work that you guys do. I mean, it's unbelievable the way that you guys have put systems into place. You guys look after kids that arrive at your doorstep from birth, really, and you've got different like departments where you've got your newborns, you've got your toddlers, you've got your nursery school goers, you've got your school goers, etc. So, geez, a lot of hard work for you guys, eh?
Yes, definitely, yeah. So we have children from newborn all the way to primary school age. So it does take a lot of coordination between our different sections. We call them sections for our age group. But in that, we still try and make it a very homely feel. So at the end of the day, everyone's still in the same space, having very much a family environment.
Absolutely, and I actually felt that. I actually felt that when I was there. Everybody was very parental, if that's even one way to describe it. Everybody was also. You could see a lot of love given to those kids. Very much so, actually. And then I just want to throw in that you guys are a family, really, aren't you?
Yes. So we were founded. The TLC was founded by my mother in 1993, and it's been very much the focus has been around family. So we started it in our family home, and even though now there's a bit of a distinction between the children's home and the family dynamic, it's very much the family is involved. So my sister Pippa is the managing director. I'm the communications manager. My husband works there too. A few of my brothers work there. So it's still, we try to maintain a very much family vibe. So even some of my colleagues who aren't family have family members working there too. So it's really important, I think, for children who aren't part of families themselves to still be able to have family role models in their environment.
And then I'm going to go to your mom, who has adopted a few, and I think I'm shortchanging her, because it's a lot more than just a few of those children. And so has your sister. Tell us a little bit about that.
So over the years, between my mother and my two oldest sisters, Pippa and Joanna, there were some children that, for whatever reason, some of them never made their way into placement, which is our primary goal, is to do rapid placement as soon as possible for every child. But for some children, that was never an option. So we absorbed those children into our family. So my mother has adopted 17 children.
Wow.
So my sister has adopted 14, and then my other sister's adopted 4. So between them, we have 35 children in our family.
Believe it? Can you believe it? And then, of course, there are also other kids that are waiting to be adopted. How many kids have you got all together at TLC?
So altogether, it's about 67. I think if we're including the family dynamic and the children's home. In the children's home itself, we have 32 children at the moment.
And obviously 32 children, or the higher number. There's a lot of money that needs to be raised as such. And you guys, I really don't know how you guys do it, because I actually said to you this morning that I don't think I have the patience to be able to look after that many kids. And not to sound cruel or anything, but there's a hell of a lot of kids that you guys have to look after, and kids are needy. How do you guys do that?
Oh, I think I've lost you.
Oh, no, you haven't. We quite here. Yes, no, you haven't lost.
Okay.
I just wanted to know how you guys do that.
Yeah, with a lot of patience. So we've been doing it for so long. I think that helps. But also realizing, I mean, we focus very much on attachment parenting, and when you understand the needs, all the neediness and all the maybe behavioral challenges that children have come from a need of attachment. So when you're trying your best, like we do, to feed their need for attachment, you learn to have patience and manage it. But yeah, I think it does take a special person.
You know, I'm going to be quite honest. I was expecting to arrive at TLC this morning, and I was expecting to see hundreds of little screaming kids, and there was none of that. Everybody was happy. Everybody was, all the kids were playing and just having a good time. And then we brought the TV into the classroom area. And they were just so thankful for the TV. They just wanted to watch TV. Thanks to ESCOM, they couldn't, but they were very excited to watch TV in their classroom. And again, I have to take my hats off to you. You guys do an amazing job. Now, if people want to get involved somehow at TLC, tell us what your needs are. I'm going to be blatantly open here. If you've got anything that you need, shout at us and tell us what you need, and let's see if we can get some of our listeners to get involved.
I'll mention 2 of our main needs at the moment. Our first one is our adopt-a-cot needs. So we try really hard not to put the burden of our fundraising on one donor. We try and spread it out through a kind of crowdfunding for our monthly needs. So that's our adopt-a-cot program, where people can support us with as little as 100 Rand a month, and in return they get an update every month of one of the babies we care for to follow their journey with us. Yes. So that's for the nursery side, and that would be amazing. We're always looking for people to come on board with that. We only need 3,500 people donating 100 Rand a month to help cover us and make us sustainable. So at the moment we have about 150,000 Rand, about 37% of our funds covered through that program. So, yeah. And then the second need would be to get into support our Strive to Thrive project, yes, which is to support the children that have been absorbed into our family trying to become independent with our youth empowerment program. So if there's anyone who's able to offer support or sponsorship for the children who are looking to become independent, that would be amazing.
Now, when you say become independent, give us a little bit more. Is that maybe studying a little further than your normal tertiary education, or what are you looking for there?
So it's post-high school mainly. It's through colleges or university, whatever. So we have children who are on different levels depending on what their educational prowess is.
Yeah.
So in order to help get them into life, like, flying the nest, we have this youth empowerment program to teach them life skills, but as well as the educational aspect of giving them actual tertiary education.
Lovely. Now I've got a couple of messages in. One says I've actually got 5 adopted cot kids, and love getting the monthly updates from the staff. It's just the best thing seeing these little ones grow. It's one of the messages we got in now.
Thank you.
And then we got another one that says, where is TLC? How can we get involved? And can I come over, volunteer, and actually work with the children if I adopt a cot?
Yes, we always welcome local volunteering. We have a volunteer program. Obviously, you have to fill out an application form and have all the correct details in place, but we're very welcoming to anyone. It's even though we work with children, we understand the value of having the community involved in our organization, because that's the lifeblood of making everyone feel like this is our combined achievement and success in making these children's lives better and getting them into families. So we definitely welcome volunteering, and we're based in the south of Johannesburg, just between Kidler Park and Walkerville. But if you find us on Google Maps, TLC Children's Home, we're pretty easy to find.
Lovely. And then somebody asked if we could send them your banking details. Mark, what I suggest you do is make your way through to tlc.org.za and you can donate there. Another SMS that came through as well. I'm a qualified life coach and I would love to offer coaching to the older children and also draw up their CVs. So there's something that might work for you guys. Especially for the older kids. So if you want to get hold of Faith, just give us contact details as to how they can get hold of you.
So you can send me an email to faith@tlc.org.za.
All right, there we go. Quite easy. faith@tlc.org.za, or you can just go to tlc.org.za. There is, I've gone through your website, so I know that there is messaging options there, and there's contact numbers and all that kind of stuff. Get involved. This is definitely one of those that I'm going to definitely put my stamp of approval on. I want to get more involved with you guys at TLC, and if you guys ever need anything from the Mixed Drive, you know where we are.
We so appreciate your support and this opportunity, Al. Thank you so much.
Faith, only a pleasure. And you give every one of those little kitties a kiss from us. And you guys have a fantastic weekend, okay?
Thank you. You too.
We're going to play you a song. It's Johnny Clegg and Savuka and Cruel, Crazy, Beautiful World. I
love it.
Good. You have a good one, all right?
Thank you. You too.
Only a pleasure. Cheers now. So if you want to check out that website, go and check out tlc.org.za. You know, it's organizations like this that need our help. So get involved, why don't you? It's a Mixed Drive. You got to watch Smyth, the crocodile in the river.